Send it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. Get it straight. We are on episode 38 of the Village Legends podcast. We're back once again. I'm Seth, that's C Flash, giving you all that's going down in the world of sports for the past week, recapping the Olympics, the boxing world, some MLB on field news, NBA getting hot and heavy, the NFL, and Mel Kiper will check in. Not physically, but you know what we mean. So shout out to the sports world this week. Again, I'm Seth that C Flash. Flash, my brother. Let's talk to him. Tell the folks what we're up against this week.
Ah, Thank you for joining us again, Village Legend podcast viewers and family, community, all that good stuff. My good people, we have some just current news and some hot topics to get into, and I'm happy and Sess is happy to be back to talk about the things that we love in 2026.
Yes, sir.
So I'm very excited, but we're going to jump right into it and start with basically the goal the
The
U.S.
Olympics.
the U.S. Olympics and well the World Olympics I'll say, and after that World Baseball Classic. But we're gonna start with the U.S. Olympics. I mean the Olympics itself, the Winter Olympics I'll say. Want to get into that and say that basically we want to give a shout out to our brethren and sisters out there that have represented the country. We have a total of 33 medals that have been won in the Winter Olympics and 12 gold that has come back to the U.S. Shout out to New Jersey Devils, Jack Hughes, who did his thing and represented us and defeated Canada 2-1 in overtime. And kids young, fiery. We as uh, Jersey residents and Jersey hopefuls as me and Cess are, he's representing our Devils, and we just want to give him some love and a shout out because although he gained the victory, he lost some teeth, and
Amazing.
you lose your fronts. It could be a little discouraging
Amazing.
as men, believe it or not.
Ooh.
It can affect us.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir, my man. Just saying. Go ahead.
As we know it, Jack is the future, and that's why they signed him. He was highly touted when he
24 years old.
when he got picked and drafted by the New Jersey Devils. And yeah, again, 24 years old, and he is doing his thing. Uh, to the other U.S. Um, brethren and sisters out there that have uh, conquered medals and conquered gold, thank you. Thank you for letting it be known that America still counts and we still are dominant in sports throughout international or throughout the world. This is the greatest country in the world and we stand by it. We don't talk about politics, but we still represent our country and we all are very proud Americans despite what is going on. So, again, a round of applause to all that have won their golds and won their medals.
Great job. Great job.
Sess, anything you want to touch up on that with as far as the Olympics?
Did you give the count, the medal count, real quick?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, all right. Let me give you the overall count, my brother. The U.S. doing great, like you said. Norway in the lead with 41 overall medals. 18 of those are gold, so they're in the top spot. U.S. is number two, as C Flash said, with 33 overall and 12 gold. Italy in third with 30 and 10. Then we got Germany has two. Pardon me. Yeah, Germany 26 overall, 8 gold, and then we have the Netherlands 20 overall with 10 gold. So good stuff going on there with the Winter Olympics, which are wrapping up soon. So we'll see where we go from there, my brother. And again, shout out to the U.S. women's hockey team as well for
Yes,
doing their thing.
yes.
Amazingly, both the men's and the women's won 2-1 in overtime versus Canada. Sorry, Canada, we got you again. We had to do it to you. So great job by the men's and women's hockey team. And as you were talking about before the show, the women's hockey team was dominant. They dominated
Yes.
the tournament. So great job there, and great job to all the Olympians as well, my brother.
I know
Anything?
that we Sess, real
Yeah,
quick. I know
talk
that
to
we
him.
touched up on it. The women's hockey team had about maybe 3 or 4 shutouts throughout their whole run. So we
They did
also
their
want
thing.
to also again, we want to be clear and we want to stand on this. There is no bias. We talk about all sports, men and women included. That's one thing about our show that we take pride in. We want to make sure that everybody understands that we truly love uh, all the genders and that play in sports and play a role in sports, professionally or not. So at the end of the day, I want to stand on that as well. And Cess too. Please do not feel that you have been blocked out or not mentioned. We respect everyone who is putting on, uh, you know, a show and giving us their sweat and giving us their tears, giving us their blood. This is what sports is about. Sports is a story to talk about, which actually encourages other people, and makes people motivated to continue doing their everyday life. It's sort of like a bit of hearing a good song. You want to hear, you want to see a good sports story, but you want to hear a good song that keeps us up. And I'm not here trying to preach, but I'm just letting everybody know this is what it is. So shout out to the U.S. women's hockey Olympic team, well deserved ladies, and all that other stuff that y'all heard. And don't even respond to all the negativity that y'all getting, because it's garbage. It's all garbage. You know, raise the flag. This is
They
what
did
this
their
is what
thing.
it is. Raise the flag.
Nobody could take that from them. They made fun of themselves on Saturday Night Live last night. They'll be fine. They're doing their thing.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out to the Olympics. The final ceremony's coming soon, I would imagine. We got to be close. My brother, anything else? We move on.
Yes.
We
That's
move on. That's a wrap on the Olympics. Great job, everybody. We move on to the square circle. We got some boxing to talk about. We're going to spend a little time on this today because there's a lot. Well, there's not a lot to talk about. It's one specific topic mostly. My brother, take it away. Talk to the folks.
So we are going. Here we talk about 11 years later, everybody. So anybody that doesn't know, the latest news is as normal.
Hard to
Floyd.
say. It's hard to
Floyd.
say it, right?
Yes, my brother. Floyd Money Mayweather has made the headlines again in sports news. He has an exhibition fight against former heavyweight great Mike Tyson coming up this year, and he has officially unretired. And this includes, with his unretirement, that he will be fighting Manny Pacquiao for a rematch, along with some other undisclosed matches as well. So this is a big year for Floyd. We all know that Floyd stays in shape, that he continuously keeps himself grounded, and we know that Floyd is flamboyant, and we all know about Money May. Those who don't know, and a TMT team, that is who he is. He retired at 50 and 0, and now he's putting all that um, on at risk when he's fighting Manny Pacquiao,
Mm.
because again, the exhibition, it will be Mike Tyson, but the official fight, and this includes his record, will be against Pacquiao too. The question is, Sess, and it's been a lot of talks also on a lot of shows. Is it worth it? Do we really, really want to entertain this? Will it be entertained? How many people will really tune in this time?
That's a good question. I think they're running out of their goodwill with the people when they keep putting on fights like this. So
Yes.
I like that you said that because I think less people will tune in than expected. Trey checks in. She says, "Let's go, Manny." Pop says Floyd has to pay his jewelry bill. Come on, man. Well, that's the word. That's the word out there. That's the rumors that Floyd has money trouble. He has tax issues,
Yes.
and that's one of the reasons why he's coming back. It's sad to say. We've seen many boxers go down this road, my brother, in our lifetime. It sucks, but a lot of them have to come back because they don't invest well. They don't treat their money and handle their money properly. And here we go again. Floyd Money Mayweather, the money team. He's got to come back. I don't know, man. Do we need to see this? You know, they're gonna make their money. They're gonna get paid. People will watch. We'll be watching. We're gonna have to report on it. We're gonna be watching. But excuse me, I don't think we need to see it. No, I really don't. I don't think we need to. Floyd is 49 years old.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, 49 is tough.
Floyd just turned 49,
Mm.
and I believe Manny Pacquiao will be turning 46 this year.
Yeah,
So it's
it's crazy. It's not like George Foreman, say, coming back at it in his late 40s, because George was a big heavyweight. He's one, two, one, two, three, and that's it. Mayweather relies on his speed, on his conditioning, which I don't doubt he still has. But what's that famous saying? Father Time is undefeated, right? That's what
yeah,
they say.
yeah.
We'll see, man. More power to him. We shall see, my brother. We shall see.
Um, I just with boxing alone, says it's we. I don't want it to be overcrowded. We have the new era in now. We don't want to sidetrack or take the attention away from what is here now. And again, a lot of people are speculating. There's speculation that Floyd is doing this because of money. Then Floyd comes on social media, throwing his bucks and throwing his cash like he always does, and he throws it on the table. We really don't even know if that's the case, if Floyd is broke. But people will say what they need to
It's
say.
true. It's just
You
rumors
know.
at this point. Nobody knows if it's real or not.
So at the end of the day, it's
Hmm.
like why speculate? But that's how our world is. That's how our country is. Everybody will assume the worst or predict that, hey, this guy has something going on.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yes.
I have a special caller that's coming in right now, and we're gonna talk about it. Hold on. Hey, hey, Juan, how you doing? We got you on the air right now, and I just real quick, I want to talk with you and my partner, Sess, and we are on Village Legends live right now, Village Legends podcast, and I'm glad you're on. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about the state of boxing and what your views are about Pacquiao and Mayweather Part 2, 11 years later. So if you can, please introduce yourself as who you are, and I call you as a close friend because we always talk boxing, and I respect your views. I'll also give a quick bio of your knowledge of boxing if you don't mind, my brother.
I thought I was gonna come on the on the podcast.
No, you're
You
you're
got me
you're
right on there.
you're
You
you're on
on?
you're
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 on,
you're
brother.
on a podcast right now.
Nah, I was gonna come in with the camera and all. I got an HD.
Hey,
We got you next time.
we'll get you next time on that.
Nah, no problem. But definitely the state of boxing right now. We're going through a shift right now where the promoters for BSing around, not doing the right fights, not doing right by the fighters, and now they have a conglomerate now coming in with billions of dollars, money to spend, and now the networks have been dropping these promoters. I love what's going on in boxing right now. I love what's going on in boxing right now because
Right.
I believe that we needed what's happening right now.
Correct.
We had a bunch of fighters, right? That if they weren't popular, if they weren't a household, if they didn't have a million followers on Instagram, they will not get opportunities. You have a bunch of middle class fighters, right? The fighters that people don't know about that are just as dangerous and they're lacking opportunity. So I'm happy what's going on right now. I know a lot of people have a problem with Dana White and is how he handles the UFC and so on. But I can tell you right now, man, from talking to a lot of fighters, a lot of people didn't even know what Ali was. A lot of them weren't even aware. There's a bunch of fighters right now that were fighting on TV that were making 30, 40, 50, $60,000 and still having a job. So even though we're not getting a bunch of fights right now because Top Rank has lost their network deal.
Yeah.
Golden Boy has lost their network deal. PVC.
Which I really I wanted I don't mean to cut you off, my brother. Which I want to talk to you about as well. Why do you think Oscar De La Hoya has been very vocal in going at Dana White like he's been going at him?
Because he's competition. That's why.
Okay.
That's why. Like, I've learned something, and as I've come of age, every time you're getting information from anywhere, it's like if I'm gonna buy a car, should I listen to what the car salesman is telling me? Should I take what he's telling me as gospel? If I'm buying a house, should I take what the real estate agent's telling me as gospel? No. You have to have you have to do your due diligence. You have to be informed, and you have to be educated because this is going to be some of the biggest purchases of your life. So Oscar De La Hoya's position with Dana White is obscure because he's competition.
Okay.
He's not an objective source of information, and you have to understand that. You know, what do you guys? How do you guys feel about the shit that's going on in boxing?
I mean, me personally, I gotta sit there and tell you, it's a new era. Um, the whole thing. I'll even go back to what Terrence Crawford did with the WBC. You know how they were sitting there trying to tell him that he needs to pay a certain amount of money. You know what I'm saying to keep a belt. So what we're getting right now is we're getting a new era and the younger generation who are a bunch of hungry lions and who want things now that they're so willing to say, you know what, I will jump over the wisdom and jump over the other people that had to grind because I want this now. So the state of boxing is that's what I'm seeing with the younger fighters is they are ready to take over without any levels. I'm sorry, they're willing to skip levels to get ahead without actually waiting their turn, and they're willing to say, hey, they're willing to call people out. They're willing to call out the corruption. They're willing to say, hey, you know what? You guys not gonna be respectful for me, then I don't need you guys. But back in the day,
what about your podcaster or your co-pilot? How does he feel about what's going on?
Listen, I think it is a new era, but as we've been talking about, it actually leads us into what we're talking about. We got a blast from the past now coming in. We got Mayweather versus Pacquiao, my brother, which is on the horizon for later this year. What are your thoughts on that? As we wrap up our boxing segment, tell us your thoughts about Mayweather and Pacquiao coming in, as we just found out that's going down.
I'm always happy, even though they're old guys and they should have did the fight when they should have done it.
Right.
I'm happy for boxing. Overall, I want to see boxing. I heard boxing was the #1 sport back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And now I heard like 17 or 16. That's a problem. In an age of social media and an age where media has been growing.
That's a great point.
It's crazy. And now, what are we seeing? We're seeing us being relegated to obscurity.
Yeah.
What no one knows about. Like, think about it. People are talking about Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Right.
And there's a bunch of young dudes, hungry dudes, that a lot of people don't know
yes.
about.
That was our next lead in. So is it good for boxing that these guys are back? Or is it not?
I'm more interested about who's going to be in the undercard.
See that?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what, Juan? I agree with you on that because that is a boxing fans thing that we're excited to see what's on the undercard. I'm tired of hearing these young lions talk about they're #1. Come see me. I'm the best. How are you the best? How? You ain't fought nobody. But you going on social media and saying that you're the best, you're the face of boxing. How? We haven't seen you even. We haven't seen some of these boxers. We haven't seen none of these boxers knock somebody down on the floor, and they talk about they the best in boxing.
They're dancing around, jabbing and clinching.
Yes.
They're the best.
How do you claim that title?
when you have wars in the 70s and 80s, when you have people really trying to take each other's heads
Right.
off.
The 90s as well. Yes.
In the 90s. So this is what we got for boxing. The top promoters will sign some of the hottest talents from USA Boxing, from the Olympic circus. And they will sign these guys with big bonuses. So when you sign these guys with big, they had to because they were betting. So when you get this guy out of the Olympics, $500,000, a lot of these promoters wanted to protect that investment. So how do you protect that investment? You protect it by bringing in guys like me and you that have part-time jobs.
Yeah.
And putting them on ESPN,
Yeah.
Showtime, and make your guy look like he's a killer.
Speak.
Make him look like he's a killer for 20 fights. And then he'll have a real fight to contend for a title once he's been groomed.
You know who that makes me think of?
Think about it. A lot of the casuals will be like, oh, this guy.
Yep.
For the hardcores, no.
You know who that makes me think of?
Who?
Berlanga. Remember him? Edgar Berlanga.
Exactly. Berlanga's a perfect example of the whole system.
Yeah.
And the whole system is so like the marketing is so bad, it's so good that you like if you was a person that didn't know boxing a lot,
you become a believer.
It even affected me. I thought Errol Spence was always gonna be Crawford because I was a PBC fanboy. I was a fanboy. Oh no, Errol Spence too strong, too big. They're on the other side of the street. That BS.
Yeah.
But no, PBC was just protecting their investment.
That's
the problem with boxing. Like,
it's crazy.
When you have a bunch of managers and promoters protecting their investment, that means they're not going to make no fights with nobody that could be a potential threat to their money.
You know, it also is an example too. On is looking at their records. We talking about guys that are 11-0, talking about they think they the best in boxing. 11-0. Didn't they know that there's levels to this? Yo, wait till you get about 25-0 or 30-0. Then we'll talk about you being a face of boxing. What are we talking about here?
That's why I don't believe. Like, when people tell me, oh, 4-time champion, 5-time, I don't believe none of that because I know you're an A-side fighter that can strategically move.
Thank you.
By your company.
Thank you.
Your promoter. I want to know who's on your resume and when you fought them.
Thank you.
And when you fought them.
Thank you.
A lot of times when you're building a fighter, they build them with guys that were former champions way over the hill. Give them names that used to be names. You know, like Gervonta Davis when he fought Gamboa.
Yeah.
Gamboa was already past his prime.
Yeah.
He has a lot of questionable people on his resume. Lomachenko, when he wanted to fight Lomachenko, when Lomachenko was already out, almost.
Yeah.
I still think Lomachenko should have took the fight, but Lomachenko been calling for that fight.
Well, you know, it's funny that you brought his name up because Lomachenko, at one point, remember, he was at 9-0, and Lomachenko, he wanted all the smoke. He wanted all that smoke.
Because he knew who he was.
Yeah.
He knew who he was.
Correct.
And Top Rank wasn't afraid to put him up against nobody. But if you're PBC and you got Tank that's selling out stadiums with little guys coming up, think about it. Why not keep this train going? From a business perspective, I understand what they're doing. Is it good for the overall health of the sport? No, because we're not seeing the sanctioning bodies 1 through 10. We don't see no movement. All we see are the names. We see the sanctioning bodies align themselves with the promoters and their guys.
Correct.
No mandatories, no title eliminated. They do what they want with these belts.
Well, my brother, listen, we can go and talk about this because you and I, we both love this sport.
Man,
but I want to tell you that please, we want to have you back on again, and I appreciate you.
I would love to come on.
Yeah, because we could just make it a straight up full out segment on boxing, and let's talk more. I want you to also bring up more.
I will hope to bring a guest to a boxer.
Yes.
Hopefully. I know a couple of
beautiful
brothers
And that's I'm glad you brought that up because I definitely want you to bring up the future of Edward De Los Santos as well. I want you to
Yeah,
bring.
not only him, I got good relationships with Rohan Polanco. He's a contender at 147.
Okay.
Jan Santana, he's number 6 at light at featherweight.
Okay.
So we definitely we definitely see what we can do.
Okay,
Let's
my
sign
brother.
together.
Thanks for
Take
coming
care,
out,
man.
my
It was a
brother. We
pleasure.
appreciate
Thank
you,
you for
man.
having me on.
No, thank you, my
Thank you,
brother.
brother.
Bye bye.
Be
Bye.
safe. Great perspective, great knowledge from your boy. Great job, my brother. What else we got? You want to add anything?
It was again, there's so many. Like I said, there's podcast shows with boxing, and shout out to all those podcast shows that sit there, and they also put their perspective in place about boxing, the state of boxing, we'll say. Um, we all are, some of us that do talk about boxing, we were frustrated with what we're seeing, which is normal. We're not all going to be on the same page, as everyone just heard. My friend Juan, and definitely a friend of our show. We definitely were going to talk more about this because there needs to be more that needs to be talked about. We also will have him come on live so everybody knows who he is as well.
Yeah.
Just again, I want to end by saying, Seth, that I don't think the Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao rematch needs to happen. I think it's going to be something that's might just be just boring, but we'll see.
Oof.
We'll see.
Imagine saying that years ago.
'Cause-
We haven't talked about Pacquiao side of things. Pacquiao, I don't think will ever stop fighting. He is a little bit younger than Mayweather, but he just seems like he just loves it. I think he does it for the love. There's a guy who did. I mean, for we don't really know, but for what we know about Pacquiao, he did handle his money correctly and he did do a great job with it. So he just seems to love the sport. I don't know. I mean, they both obviously love the sport, but
I just want to say this real quick, Seth. I want to be clear on this. What they consider people saying they're broke or they're losing their money, right. we consider it as we made it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just can't keep up maybe the lifestyle.
I don't believe in they're broke. No, they're not broke. They're not broke. But again, the future of boxing is here. I've talked about it on past episodes that boxing is back. We just need to fix a couple of things, and it is big. It's bigger than what we think. And again, we're going to get more into that in the future, but we're going to move on with the show, everyone.
Great segment, my brother. Great segment. We move on to the Diamond, my brother. Major League Baseball. We only got a couple things to hit on real quick, but it's an interesting debate we're going to talk about right now. By the way, just for our viewers who might not be baseball fans, there's a lot of great young talent in the game today. There's a lot of great young talent. I'm talking about there's going to be multiple teenagers on the field on opening day this year. That's how good it is. One of them goes by the name of Max Clark.
Okay.
My brother. Great young prospect, number 3 overall pick from the Detroit Tigers a couple years ago. My man was out on the field with about 10 platinum chains on, my brother. I mean, you couldn't even look at him without sunglasses. You had to be like this when you looked at him. And they called him out during the show. During the game. And he actually dropped a ball, too, on top of everything else. He went after a ball. I don't know if he was blinded by his own lights. That's what I'm saying. Crazy. So, guys, if you haven't seen it, just Google Max Clark and check out the amount of ice. I've never seen that much ice on the field of play in any sport. You see guys rock the chains all the time. In baseball, you see guys rock 2. I see guys rock 2 a lot. I've never seen somebody rock 7, 8. I don't even know how many my man had on his neck. He got an $8 million signing bonus, and one of the commentators was like, I think he's wearing it on his neck right now. So, pretty crazy. I know you wanted to touch on that and give your opinion on this, my brother, but highly touted prospect, can do it all on a baseball field. What do you think?
Well, Sess, I brought it to you before, and we talked about it on the show. I do not believe that any professional athlete should have their chains out. If it's something that is spiritual or something that is superstitious, I understand it. but it should be underneath your uniform. We are not, and nor should we ever be out here to make a fashion statement.
Mm.
Um, there can be some dangerous situations that go on in sports with these rope chains. I also, and again, I'm not trying to shout out Mookie Betts. Mookie's another one. But we have a lot of baseball players who are literally rocking their rope chains and NFL like. I mean, listen, their rules need to change. I think they need to be stricter on it. Um, there's, it's a dangerous. It could be a danger, and I think if people would just open your eyes and understand what I'm saying and not judge me or say, see Flash, you don't know what you're talking about. Um, I believe that again, it is a dangerous hazard to athletes to be running and diving and swinging and tackling. You never know what could happen
It's
because
so true.
again, y'all make all this money, so you're getting the best jewelry that probably won't break, and you don't know what it could do to your health. So it's like some of this jewelry could be sharp, but then again, listen, I know, I get it. It sounds corny what I'm saying. I just feel that there's no need for it in any sport to show your big $500,000 rope chain. Do we need to see all of that? You know what I'm saying? That's not what it's about, man. Go out there and perform, fellas. Go out and perform. This young boy, Max Clark. Okay, you had about says what would you say about like 5 or 6 necklaces or chains
Yeah,
on?
it was ridiculous.
You ain't even make the cut, young man.
On commentary, they said he had 10, but I don't think it was that many. But it was crazy.
But
It
it's
was
just the
nuts.
fact that you ain't even on the official roster. Wait until you are official before you do some silly stuff like that. And then on
Unbelievable.
top of it, you drop a fly ball, or you
Yes.
drop a ball coming your way.
And all eyes are on him when he drops a fly ball.
You right now, you the laughing stock of your team.
Bango's in the house. Bango agrees with you right now. Now listen, I don't mind it when it's subtle. None of that's subtle. Let me say that. None of that is subtle, but I don't mind it when it's one or two like regular
Yeah.
guys do. Uh, Mookie had a big one last year. He had a big Cuban link, I believe, out there. It was popping. Um, it's fine, whatever. But
Couple of
there
guys
is
from a couple of players from the White Sox as well.
Yes, I mean a lot of guys rock it. Even on our Mets, a couple guys. Lindor is famous for he wears the skinny black platinum sometimes, the black gold.
Yeah.
Sometimes doubles up on it too. I mean it is what it is, but there is a certain point where you're doing too much.
You're
I mean,
doing too much.
you're doing too much. I mean Max Clark at some point you're looking in the mirror before the game, and are you really thinking about your next at bat? Are you thinking about how much bling that you're rocking, and how you're gonna look out there on the field? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like where's your focus at some point?
Thank you. Thank you.
But you know, I mean, listen, my favorite of all time, rock that cross earring. That used to hang down. Barry Bonds used to rock that.
That's different.
That's different.
Yeah.
Also, it makes me think of Tim Raines. There's a story about Tim Raines used to dive head first into bases, not because that was his style, but because he had a little glass bottle of cocaine in his back pocket and he didn't want to break it.
Oh.
Listen, that's just rumors. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just rumors. But like you said, see, Flash, any of that stuff, wearing any of that stuff, it could be dangerous. You could get snagged, like you're catching on somebody, whatever. But
Yeah.
it be what it be, my brother. So that's Max Clark. That's our feelings about it. Bango agrees. Salute. He's apologizing for being late. As long as you here, we good, my brother. Don't worry. Um, what else in baseball, my brother? We got Connor Griffin from the Pirates. He's the number one prospect in baseball. Excuse me. He's got 3 home runs this week already. Last I saw, every ball he hit was over 104 miles per hour off the bat. The kid is legit. 19 years old. Another kid that could make the roster, not officially yet, but he could make the major league roster, my brother. That would make another teenager to possibly make the roster. So baseball is full of talent. From the teens up to the 40s right now. They're all still doing their thing.
I mean, Seth, we talked about it in the past that
Mhm.
we feel that you know because in past history
Mhm.
they have always kept these young men in the minors for years and years.
Yeah.
No, that's no longer.
Mhm.
And we used to talk about it with even with our crew, with our
Mhm.
friends, and say, hey, yo, let these guys come up.
Yeah.
Why are you letting the talent just sit there and just wear themselves out when you could just bring them up?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. It's okay. So when will they be ready? You have to see.
Mhm.
And if they are bad, send them right back down.
Yeah.
What is the problem?
I know.
I always want to know that aspect of that business. I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
Well, we talked about this before, especially with the prospects. Really, with the real top prospects, they have that 5-year control, and as soon as you bring them up, that clock starts ticking.
Mm-hmm.
So they just get greedy. You know how these owners are. They just get greedy and they just want to hold on to their investment as long as possible. Uh, when guys are probably ready to roll, but they don't get the chance because of financial reasons. So
Yeah.
it be what it be. My brother, one other crazy story coming out of the major leagues. Baseball fans will remember this name. There was a relief pitcher named Dan Serafini.
Okay.
Dan Serafini pitched from the '90s to the mid 2000s. My man, he's just got sentenced to life in prison
Damn.
for murdering his father-in-law and attempted murder of his mother-in-law. He shot his mother-in-law in the head and she survived. Now, I've heard about not liking your in-laws, but this is next level. This is horrendous. Um, Serafini was a 1992 first-round pick. He played in the big leagues 11 years. He played for Team Italy twice in the World Baseball Classic that we're going to touch on in '09 and '13. I mean, just an awful, awful story. Um, any comments on that? I mean, it's just kind of crazy. Just wanted to throw that out there, let the people know what's going on. But dang, it's crazy.
To know what you just said does sound horrific.
Crazy
Um,
stuff.
but I want to go back and touch bases on what recently. I'll even use Charles Barkley, and he has spoken about it just like others have said. They don't want to be looked at as role models, and you know why that is? Because they're human beings, and they're gonna
Ain't that
make
the truth?
mistakes, and they're gonna do things that is going to be, you know, um, politicized and judged, and it could just be the littlest thing. But Charles was saying, listen, don't follow me. You know, yeah, I'm out here on this TV doing big things on basketball, but have your own path.
Mm.
You know, learn from my mistakes, but make sure you know that I'm not a role model. I'm just Charles Barkley. That's what he was basically saying.
Mm.
And to all, he's not the first and he's not the last to have made those comments.
Well,
With stuff like this, like you just named, this man that just did what he did.
mm-hmm.
Former baseball player who was signing autographs
Mm-hmm.
almost every day,
Yep.
and had had fans.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, it's like it just sucks because that's not why they really get into that. There's a legitimate amount of athletes who get into what they get into, the sports that they love, and they really block out the media. They block out, oh, that I'm this, I'm that. No, they go there to do something they truly love. And they get out of the spotlight because they're not perfect,
Mm.
you know? And that's where I'm at with it.
It's an ugly story all the way around. Um, but justice ultimately served. And my
Yes.
man's going away for life, so it is
Yes.
what it is.
Yes.
What else in baseball? My brother Sterling Marte, our boy, signs with the Kansas City Royals. Quick Mets update: Brett Beatty played first base for the first time in his life the other day.
Brett.
Did pretty good. We'll see what happens. Um, anything else on the diamond, my brother?
Nah, that's it, sus.
Let's see. The umpire should make them put the chains away. That's what Pop says. The umpires should make them put the chains away. Speaking of the umpires, they got that new system now. You've been seeing it?
What do you think about that? I'm glad you brought that
Ooh,
up.
we got to bring our boy. One of the Village Legends will be on to talk about this
Yeah.
in the next couple weeks. He's away this week. He was going to be on last week, but the weather messed us up.
Yes.
I think it's great, and I think it sucks for the umpires though, because
Yeah.
the bad ones are going to get exposed. Man.
Yes, they are.
Just yesterday, there was one pretty much right down the pipe. My man called it a ball. They challenged it.
Yeah.
And you have to be embarrassed when the computer shows you that it's right down the pipe. You know what I mean? You have to be.
And I have a feeling that one of our own will be here to talk about this because it can affect the future of the sport.
You know what? We weren't going to talk about this. We didn't talk about this, but it just reminded me. All this baseball talk reminded me of when you were talking about autographs.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Shia LaBeouf interview? When he was talking about Mike Piazza, he was like, F Mike Piazza, F you, Mike Piazza, F you, bro.
90 times,
90
he said.
straight days.
90 straight days he did not sign his autograph.
Crazy.
And that's crazy because you would not think that was coming from Mike Piazza.
Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a second. I got to bring this up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were with us, but it was probably 1996 or 97, maybe 98, Fan Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
And we went to Shea Stadium, and they had a rope around the whole edge of the field. And all the players and coaches were lined up right against the rope, and they were giving autographs. They were, signing your stuff. They were taking pictures with you.
Yeah.
And when you went around, you got to Mike Piazza, and my boys will tell you this. He was not by the rope. He was about 10 yards in the outfield with a bunch of dudes surrounding him. You could not even get close to Mike Piazza. So I actually could relate to Shia when he said that, my brother. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
So even with that being said, how can you truly feel about that? It only takes, listen, that's just like when you want to sit there and talk with the press.
Yeah.
That's in your contract. It should be in your contract to sign autographs as well. Now,
That's interesting.
a certain amount. I'm not saying you got to sign the whole
Right, you don't
ballpark,
stay out there all day.
but
Yeah.
have a certain amount that you have signed. It's all part of you becoming a professional athlete.
It's pretty interesting. Now, the only thing that made me think, like, damn, maybe Piazza never signed autographs, man. Was he really like that? I mean, 90 days in a row.
I mean,
This
come
poor
on,
kid,
that's
Shia
crazy.
LaBeouf, he was probably like 6 years old, 7 years old.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, Shia LaBeouf, listen, good actor. He has his own flaws.
He has his own issues, whatever.
But we're not here to judge him on
Right.
that. That man does sign autographs.
That's
No
right.
matter what people have said about Shia LaBeouf and what
Yeah.
we see on TV
Right.
with him, he does sign autographs.
And why does he do it? Because Mike Piazza dissed him for 90 days in a row, and he said, I'll never do that to my fans.
Yeah.
Amazing. Good stuff right there, bro. Oh, my goodness. That's it in baseball, my brother. We're going to jump right into the NBA. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here with the show. So let's do it, bro. You got your power rankings? Let's do it.
Well, today is March 1st. So, hey, it's moving along. And the NBA, before you know it, NBA fans, we will be here approaching the playoffs. Right now, to give a shout out to the New York Knickerbockers for defeating the San Antonio Spurs. And Sess is in his glory right now.
Yes, sir.
So we
Looking
just,
good.
a straight shout out to the Knicks.
Mhm.
They are looking good. Pardon me. And I just want to say that basketball is getting hot. It's heating
Yes.
up. My top 5 NBA hot picks were definitely going to be number 1 is Detroit, number 2 the New York Knicks, number 3 OKC, number 4 San Antonio Spurs, number 5 Minnesota, and number 6 honorable mention is the Boston Celtics.
Good call.
As we are approaching it, before we know it, the first 3 months of the year has hit us, folks. So get ready. The NBA playoffs will be here before we know it, and that's just my opinion on my top 5 NBA
Good call. Good call,
power rankings. So we will see what happens with that. Seth, what you got?
Bango says, "Let's go Knicks." Knicks have the Thunder this week. Another good test. Listen, I don't want to just slide over the Knicks beating the Spurs today. They whooped them. 114-89. They snapped their 11-game winning streak. They dominated them today.
Yeah.
Bridges had 25. Brunson 24 with 7 assists.
Yeah.
Wemby did his thing, of course, 25 with 13 rebounds. But the Knicks played good basketball. Their bench players played a role today.
Good.
Knicks have a deep, deep team. And with that said, that's why they're number one on my power rankings this week, my brother. The Knicks are number one. OKC is at 2. The Spurs are at number 3. I got the Nuggets at 4. I got the Pistons at 5. And then I'm with you on the honorable mention. I got the Celtics as well, my brother.
Okay.
Speaking of Denver and OKC, did you see them almost get into some interaction, some fight? Some
Yeah,
fighting almost took place out there the other night.
I seen some clips. I just want to let everybody know,
Yes.
real quick, says
Talk to him.
Nikola Jokic is no joke, man. All right, listen, I know y'all might think that dude is soft. If you've ever watched him play, at one point they was thinking he was the most dirtiest player in the NBA. But
That's right.
he definitely has no fear in no other men, and he's not big for no reason. He looks like he has fought in the streets.
Yes.
You know, I can't think of the country. What's the country where he's from, says?
I can't think of it either.
Yeah.
Somewhere Eastern European.
He is real with it. Do not sleep on Jokic.
The way he grabbed up my man from OKC.
Yes.
Ooh, he had that look in his eyes, boy.
Jokic is not scared of anyone. He will fight you. He's like a bear, a big, big bear. So if you're going to go come at him, you better bring the kitchen sink.
Yes, indeed, my brother. So that's basketball for this week. It's getting hot and heavy. It's go time in basketball. That's it. Let's see where we go from there, my brother. We're at the 45-minute mark, so we'll touch. I know you got some NFL news and notes.
I mean, you had, what's been going on is the NFL Combine.
Sure.
So with that being said, we have the current Heisman Trophy winner and national champion, Fernando Mendoza, who some of us project to go literally to the Raiders with pretty
Number
much
one?
a lot of the analysts have said it, that they feel that he's going to be number one.
Wow.
And he's going to go to the Raiders. And Fernando has come out and said that it will be a great honor to learn from the great Tom Brady, because Tom Brady has percentage ownership
True.
with the Raiders. And this,
Great call.
if you don't know, and Tom Brady himself, that would be foolish if Tom didn't have no insight on picking a quarterback, because Tom, that's what made Tom great. And this kid has the talent. So it's just like, he has the grit, he has the heart.
That he has.
Those who shake up on, who don't believe in Fernando Mendoza, hey, that's your prerogative. We get it. But from what we've seen, what you've seen on TV with him, he's a bad boy, young kid, but he's bad. He's doing it with all his experience that he's gone through, and all the challenges, doors closing, doors openings for him. He's not letting this go. Mm-hmm. He's put the world on notice that he wants to continue doing what he's been doing, especially in the NFL. And I think Tom Brady sees that from this kid as well.
We got to get our boy Big T back on, get his thoughts on the Raiders potentially picking Mendoza.
100%, and Big T definitely it would be major. I just want to talk bases about with Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper has, of course, those who don't know who Mel Kiper is, Mel Kiper always seems to predict who he believes is going to be. It's the mock draft, but a good percentage of every year of when Mel is sitting on in NFL draft day, a lot of his predictions were true. So it was Todd McShay and Mel Kiper, to be honest. So I want to pay homage to Mel Kiper. And Mel Kiper's number one, he has Fernando Mendoza. Number two, he has the Jets picking Caleb Downs, the Ohio State, which I can't stand the fact that you said that, because I would like my Giants to get him. But he's got Arizona Cardinals picking David Bailey, outside linebacker, Texas Tech. He's got Tennessee Titans picking Arvell Reese, linebacker from Ohio State. And he has New York Giants going after Spencer Fano, offensive tackle, Utah. Uh, okay. And number 6, he's got Cleveland Browns picking Carnell Tate, Ohio State. Number
Mm-hmm.
7, Washington Commanders, Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, geez, that's are you saying because it's just
Mm.
this guaranteed
I,
that this it's automatic? Is that
I'm
what you're
saying I
saying?
haven't heard any Michigan yet.
Oh, okay, all
I
right,
haven't heard any
all right.
Michigan.
Thank you, Seth. Thanks for bringing that to the light. Thank you, I appreciate that. New Orleans Saints, looking at my Makai Lemon, wide receiver USC. Kansas City Chiefs are looking at Jeremiah Love. That's interesting because they do need a running back, but
Mm.
I don't know how he's going to do in that system. I think that it's because of the youth, but Andy Reid is a genius, folks. Uh, Cincinnati Bengals, again, this is all off of Mel Kiper mock draft. Ruben Bain Jr., defensive end Miami. I think that's great because Cincinnati needs a defense. That's all they're missing. Miami Dolphins, Francis Maguo, offensive tackle Miami. Number 12, Dallas Cowboys, Mansour Delane, cornerback LSU. 13, Los Angeles Rams, Jamad McCoy, Tennessee. Baltimore Ravens, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. And I'll go to number 15, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, C.J. Allen, linebacker, Georgia. So, but again, Mel Kiper has been
Mm-hmm.
notoriously accurate with his
He's the
draft
man. He's
picks.
the man.
And we shout out to Mel Kiper.
Bango has a question for you. He says, "Where do y'all think Anthony Richardson and Kirk Cousins will end up?"
That's Bengo. Thank you. So there's been talks about the situation that I want to clarify this because I believe it will be a serious mistake, but it also could not be a mistake because it will help out the current situation with Minnesota. So you have what they put their money and their chips on with the former Michigan starter and national champion J.J. McCarthy. JJ has been hurt. He's as of right now, if we are to stop the presses and take a look at things, JJ is injury prone. I love the kid because he is from the Michigan Wolverines, and I seen just how good he is. JJ does not buckle under pressure, but in the off seasons he has to do better and work on his strength, work on his core, work on his body, because if he's gonna just be injury prone, a lot of teams are just gonna mainly use him as a backup quarterback. He is a starter, but JJ, I'm gonna come out and tell you right now, and if you see our show or not, of course you know I am a supporter of you, but you have to work out, and you got to work out hard, brother, because you are looking as if like you're a little brittle, and it's been talks allegedly that the Vikings are looking to pick up Kirk Cousins to bring him
Mm.
back to Minnesota because Kirk
I
is
could
a
see
free
that.
agent with Atlanta. So
I could see that.
how that might unfold, what type of friction that might cause. I hope not, because I think JJ and Kirk will really, really, um, they can build something and a relationship and make Minnesota winners.
What about Anthony Richardson? Is he a starter anywhere in the league?
Anthony Richardson, all right. Again, people might sit there and say, well, Dan, that's the past, C Flash. Well, listen, let me just say this. Anthony Richardson left college too early. I don't know each and every one of these athletes' financial situation, but that's what I'm assuming that's what it was. You should have stayed in college, Anthony Richardson, because you still had a lot more to learn. Um, I don't want to sound like a downer. I don't know how long this kid's career is gonna last in
Mm-hmm.
NFL. He is a talented, he has the talented he has the prototypical type
Mm-hmm.
quarterback build and
Mm-hmm.
everything as such, and with extra stuff
Mm-hmm.
too as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see him going. Um, where he goes, I hope he goes to learn. I'll say that.
Yeah, no doubt, my brother. Pop says Ohio State's killing it with the linebackers in the combine. Yep, they sure are. Great job, my brother. I think that brings us to the end of the show this week, folks. Thanks for hanging with us. We ran a little long today, but we got it all out there, and we needed to today. Uh, get it straight. Episode 38 was great. And we appreciate y'all as always. We're gonna take you out with C Flash as only he can. Take it away, my brother.
Ah, thank you again, my good people. I hope everyone continues to have a great week. And just always, as always, uh, bring your sport thinking to the table with us next. Um, we send that we say goodbye and shout outs and loves and all that. As always, thanks sports. Peace.
Peace.